Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, girls and boys and girls, welcome back to our channel, Inspirational Minutes with David. As you know how we do it, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications, let you know our channel's back on. Hit the like and share. Hit the like and share, helps the channel to grow. And you already know. You already know what this is. You already know what this is. So yes, get the book, The Audacity of Woke, a memoir of a man who's been mentally asleep. So check that out. Today. Our bill today is properly titled. I had to think of some things, right? So our bill today is properly titled, Hey Pot. It's your friend, the kettle, your twin. Just checking in to remind you. So again, the name of our bill today is Hey Pot. It's kettle. Just checking in to remind you. What is David talking about today? Hope your week been good. Hope everything has been good throughout the week. And you made it to the weekend, whatever time you watch this bill. If you're not weekend by the weekend. Week by the weekend. Have some things I want to talk about. I've been hearing a lot. We into the new presidency. And been talking about, your boy, President Trump. But I was talking to a patient earlier today, and I had to say this, and we was talking about the word woke, and this word woke, I wrote a book called The Audacity of Woke, right? And so the word has been demonized. And in the beginning of my book, in the beginning of this book, I asked the question, what is woke? And it goes like this. Wikipedia describes woke as the term originated in the United States, referring to a perceived awareness of social justice and racial issues. It derives from an African American vernacular English expression, stay woke, whose grammatical aspect refers to a continuing awareness of these issues. And so we're going to talk about Hey Pot, it's kettle, just checking in to remind you. And I'm going to go a little bit more. I say yes and no. There's so much more to the meaning of being woke. It is understanding that makes you woke. But it is an understanding on a whole different level and a more robust sense of the concept of that word. Being woke is overstanding. And you must get to this level of consciousness before you become woke. Overstanding is simply the individual's ability to recognize the power, purpose, energy, and resource that lie behind every and every thing you see, hear, smell, and touch. You see, if you seek to find precisely what lies, if you seek to find precisely what lies behind all ideals, words, statements, conversations, objects, people, and inventions, past and present, expressed or unexpressed, you'll be seeking overstanding in its purest and rawest form. Do you now overstand me? It's not about transgender. They demonize the word. It's not about men, male and female, trying to figure out what body they want to be in. They were born of the opposite sex, and they want the same rights as being the opposite sex when you were born one sex. It's not about that. That word woke just means to be a critical thinker, like the hippie movement back in the 60s. Question everything. Question everything. Question your why. Question everything. It's about being a critical thinker. You see, there's a rare breed of people that go all in. They keep their word. They give it their all. They go the extra mile for those they care for. Now, these individuals hardly ever receive the same passion and effort in return, yet never change. They never ever change and always give their all, hoping that one day, maybe just one day, they'll find someone as rare as them to love them as fiercely and with as much devotion as they put out to other people. To the givers, forgivers, and selfless lovers out there, keep being exquisite. Keep being beautiful. Don't let this cold ass world change you, and take advantage of every little moment that you are given. I say that to say, your boy Snoop Doggity Dogg, he's going back and changing a lot of things. But in 2017, he made a comment that if anybody was Uncle Tom, and he say, in the 2017 inauguration of Trump, that he was calling people Uncle Tom, and that just shows how uneducated Snoop Dogg is. It shows how uneducated Snoop is. Calling someone an Uncle Tom is really an insult, right? He obviously doesn't know who or what Uncle Tom accomplished. So let me go into who Uncle Tom where it come from. It come from Uncle Tom's Cabin. It was a fictional character that was really about a real man. His name was Joshua Henson, and he escaped from slavery. And he had unyielding principles. He overcame incredible odds to escape slavery with his wife and children. His life was inspired by the character of Uncle Tom in the Harriet Beecher's Stowe's 1852 classic novel, which has been recognized as one of the sparks that ignited the Civil War. But the way this brother was unalive was because he was ultimately whipped to death after refusing to reveal the location of two runaway slaves. You see, this was published after the passage of the Fugitive Act in 1850. The novel targeted Northern audience arguing against the injustice of slavery, aspiring the abolition movement to action. So when people say a person is acting like Uncle Tom, Uncle Tom is supposed to be disparaging a black person who is over eager to win the approval of whites, but that's all a misnomer. It's not that. It never meant that. Okay? It never ever meant that. So this brother was the modern day Martin Luther King before Martin Luther King come 100 and some years later. Okay? So when you hear that term Uncle Tom, that was a brother, man, who stood for the rights, who was helping runaway slaves, and he died because of helping fugitive and runaway slaves. He didn't give them up. He was a great man that escaped from slavery with his wife and children. So that's a misnomer when you call someone an Uncle Tom and try to say something bad or disparaging, or try to call them like what you should be saying. He's a jigaboo. That's the correct term. Bootlicker. That's the correct term, not Uncle Tom. Now, second, before Trump began to run for his presidency, Trump was endeared at one time, many times, by Black America. He provided help many blacks without making it public. Just a quick Google search will show all the things that Trump has done for Black America. Trump was labeled as a racist, a dictator, and so many other things by the media and the other party, right? The Dems. And through all the negative comments we're seeing every week about this dude, right? The Dems abusing governmental power. Did anyone notice how how, old Hunt got away with the possession of a legal firearm. He avoided many consequences for that. And also the drug use, was found in the library in the White House. Now, how many people of color, how many blacks are locked up for those same two charges? Those same two charges and couldn't get off. Some are rotting away right now in jail, in prison. And we can't forget all the racist comments that old Biden made during his course of years in the White House. Oh, if you're not black, if you didn't vote Democrat. And then we already know about the pandemic, which was a sham pandemic. And it's funny how everyone involved made millions and millions and millions, billions even. And old Biden gave them protections from any investigations for the next 10 years. I really never heard Trump say a real live racist remark when I think about it. But he did say something about black jobs. I mean, hey, kettle. Hey, pot, this is the kettle. Just checking in on you, right? But Biden has the narrative and always been the right. The right is the bad guys. It's always been the right, and the right is the bad guys. But look at the mess society is in these last 4 years. You see, the Dems, they want you to believe that Trump is going to take away your rights, right? But he didn't do that in his first term. So the Dems have you believing he is stripping women of their rights to unalive their children that they have. It's so much going on. Both sides, right? Both sides are playing the same game. Again, hey, pot, it's the kettle. I'm just checking in on you. You see, even abortions need regulations. But as I mentioned, the Dems want you to think that Trump is stripping women of their rights. But don't you think the Dems have been chipping away at women's rights and equality for years? With the increase of the transgender men taking away women's jobs, sports, and restrooms? ? But people want to call Trump a racist. All because Trump wanted to clean the swamp. Now, I don't like either one of them on either side. To me, they both of the same coin with different sayings, but really doing the same thing. Okay? I just want to get that cleared up. And again, since he's been making these executive orders since he's been in office first, second, third day, Trump cannot revoke the Equal Employment Opportunity Act because it is a law passed by Congress. Executive orders are issued in accordance with laws already passed and must follow U.S. Constitution. And while they're enforced with the same power as a law, executive orders are not new laws. Let's get that cleaned up. Most notably, Trump rescinded Executive Order 11246, signed by President Johnson in 1965, which directed the government to use affirmative action and non-discriminatory practices in hiring and employing federal workers and contractors. Now, that includes prohibiting federal contractors from discriminating based on race, color, religion, sex, and sexual orientation, gender identity, or national origin. However, federal contractors may comply with it for 90 days after January the 20th. Trump also revoked the executive order signed by former President Bill Clinton in 1994, and that directed federal agencies to focus on environmental and human health effects on minority and low-income communities. Another one, signed by former President Obama in 2011. And now this directed the federal agencies to come up with and update a diversity and inclusion plan every 4 years. He also rescinded a memorandum issued by Obama in 2016, which provide guidance to the national security workforce on strengthening diversity within each organization. Trump revoked several executive orders that were issued to strengthen or expand the Equal Employment Opportunity Act. Again, a gun, hey pot, it's the kettle, just checking in to remind you. We in for a ride, okay? Put your seatbelts on, buckle up. It's going to be a roller coaster ride. And I'm from Texas, so, you ever been to Six Flags, or one of the amusement parks, or go to the State Fair and you get on the roller coaster, the Texas Giant or something like that. We're in for a roller coaster ride. So, at any time in his story, since we've been alive, it's time to get closer to family. It's time to be a critical thinker. It's time to be a critical thinker and research. It's time to get better in 2025 and beyond. It's time to get your I's dotted and your T's crossed. It's time to get your check and balances in order, your finances in order. Some times are coming. We are in a roller coaster, Texas Giant roller coaster ride right now. Hold on and hold on tight. Okay? I'm not with either party. I'm with the truth. Okay? Hey pot, it's the kettle. Just checking in. And one thing I do know, when I talk about subjects, when I talk about the truth, I have noticed on social media, the ticks and the tots, when I talk about things that's going on in this world, I'm like 2 or 3 videos from being banned. But who gives a F? Okay? You can't stop the truth. You see, you can put a mustard seed of truth on a Mount Rushmore of lies. I've said this before. It will reverberate that mountain of lies and prevarications to powder. See, truth can't be stopped. You cannot stop the truth. You cannot. Because how many times you take off videos or keep my numbers down or keep our numbers down? The truth, the critical thinkers were coming. Okay? And there's a stubbornness about me. All right? They can never bear to be frightened at the will of others. To be scared or afraid. You dig? My courage always rises. It always rises. Every error attempt to intimidate me. For the ones in the back, it's for you too. And the ones in the back. You made it this far in the Inspirational Minutes with David. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notifications that let you know our channel's back on. Hit the like and share. Help the channel to grow. Comment. I'm always willing to comment. And please, yes, support me. Get the book, The Audacity Awoke. A memoir of a man who's been mentally asleep by yours truly, David Butler. Know that there's no one like you. There will never be anyone like you. Therefore, be yourself. Know thyself. Authenticity is every and everything in your projection in this true world. And understanding, overstanding, understanding who you are and the evolution of us. I love me because I love you. And when you love you love me in return. It's a synergy. Okay? It's a synergy. Hit the book. I love you. I love you in truth. Together we're one. Peace.